Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network. For the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews, press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Marvel Movie News, bringing you the most up-to-date discussion and commentary within the Marvel Universe.
Excelsior to you, our merry Marvelites. Welcome back to our 15th show of the year.
Something like that.
It's 28 in all. That's all I know. 28 in all. We are the Marvel Movie News, coming to you live from the Danger Room. That's what we call it, the Danger Room, where we tell you all the news from all the studios and why you should be as excited as we are. Subscribe to us on iTunes at Marvel Movie News, or find us through the Popcorn Talk Network, YouTube's / Popcorn Talk Network. You can also find us through the Popcorn Talks website. Follow us on Twitter at Marvel News PTN. On Facebook, we are the Marvel Movie / Marvel News Show.
Now do it again.
Well, and apparently,
you can find us on Facebook.
Hold on, I have to interject real quick. So apparently people are having a hard time finding our Facebook page.
I know,
because it's still coming up tagged as the Marvel Movie News Show from the Schmoes, whatever that long...
Marvel News from Marvel fans?
From whatever our old title, it's still coming up. So we... And I would hate to
I've actually contacted Facebook to change it, and they just haven't gotten back to me. So.
Yeah, it's Facebook. So
anyway, it's / Marvel News Show if you're looking for us.
Yes.
That's the IP address. That's how the geeks say, right? The IP address.
Mark Zuckerberg in my head. Mark,
listen.
Z-Berg. We've talked about this.
Z-Berg.
That's what you call him. You're close.
Also, if you'll tweet out the link to our live show and tell people that you're about the live chat and everything else, Popcorn Talk will retweet you. It's a little gift.
And maybe we might too if we.
Well,
but
I mean, we won't now.
Show, yeah, because I get in trouble whenever I people are like, Meredith, you're checking your phone. I'm like, no, there's a fact. I need to look it up because I don't.
She got so much sass.
I know.
So much.
I did. I was like, guys,
so much sass.
I really needed to verify something. It was driving me nuts.
So I'm Matt Key at the Matt Key.
I'm Meredith Placko at M Placko.
I'm Coy Jandreau at Coy Jandreau. That's CoyJandreau because people keep asking.
That's musical.
Yeah, there's so many vowels in there. It's like an Italian opera or something.
And sometimes Y is my first name.
Aww.
We've also got Alan Kistler in the house. Say hello, Alan Kistler.
Hello.
This is the Kistler on the Cosmic Couch, and he's joined by our friend Brian Markenson. Say hello, Brian.
Hello.
Brian will be asking lots of questions because he likes Marvel, but he hasn't read as much as we have. So he's representing the audience in here for you guys today. Alan, you have a book that you want to show off?
That's not Marvel. Get that out of here.
Casual plug.
So is the other book, but I like
that is a book that you wrote, and it was a New York Times bestseller.
And I'll be signing it at Las Vegas Wizard World.
Yeah.
We have panels.
Yeah, we've got a few panels. Well, not Marvel Movie News, but yeah.
I see that. This is very smooth, integrated marketing.
I've got a couple panels.
Why wasn't I?
I don't know.
Nobody
we'll talk later.
invited me.
Well, did you not get the memo?
And then Jack Conway. You are from Wizard World.
I am from Wizard World, and I will also be in Vegas, and we'll all be having a great time.
I won't be
Everyone
because I wasn't invited.
You can be.
No, I was never invited.
There's the Everyone But Meredith panel.
Apparently.
Everyone's going to attend, right? It's going to be it's 2 o'clock on Saturday.
Oh my
She's
god.
going to be at home on her phone. Just,
Yeah.
No, actually, I'm in Santa Barbara that week on vacation.
Oh, that's way better. Yeah. Good choice.
Yeah, very good choice.
Hi, everybody.
Wizard World and Vegas, and all right. So
all those things.
You guys can come see me this weekend in San Jose at Big Wow Comic Fest if you're around.
Very nice.
You know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have some big cosplay that you're doing out there?
Just a little thing called Cinderella from the movie.
It's
I've
gigantic.
never heard of it.
2,000
I've never heard of
crystals
Cinderella.
that I still have to go finish putting on.
If you follow Meredith's Facebook, you know that this is like, it's Sisyphus in the boulder. This is like the biggest dress in the world.
It ate me alive. And my cats, they just moved into it.
It ate your cats. It literally ate your cats.
It did. They've nested into it.
So anyway, we've got a lot of news, and we're going to do our best to give you a 1 hour spectacular today. Because we've got Daredevil, we've got Ant-Man, we've got a little bit of Fox, we've got some
also
Feige
we've got that trailer that dropped, the super big trailer.
No, that's the drop sound.
I know, it is the drop.
Which trailer's
got
that,
my cue.
Not Ant-Man. And I know it's not technically Marvel, but technically
Disney,
it's
so it's an
Disney. So it is.
umbrella thing.
Oh my God, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars looks great.
It's amazing.
Looks better than Ant-Man.
God.
What? You take that back.
I'm that guy.
You take
Be that guy.
It does, though.
We'll get there, and I'll have plenty to say.
Way to be a jerk.
It does look better than Ant-Man, but that's not because Ant-Man's gonna suck. It's Star Wars.
We'll
Star
get
Wars
there.
compared to
We'll
Ant-Man.
get there.
Come
Star
on.
Wars looks good. Ant-Man.
But Star Wars does look very
looks
good. The
incredible.
trailer looks
Ant-Man
incredible.
looks better than episodes 1, 2, and 3, but
Ding, 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 ding,
episode
ding, ding, ding,
7
ding, ding,
looks
ding.
amazing.
Yes.
Our show looks better than episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, that's not saying.
That's
Nasty.
politics.
We're getting nasty.
So let's jump over to Fox real quick, where we've got Deadpool. There's some more pics on set. We've got the Negasonic Teenage Warhead with Daredevil.
With Deadpool.
Deadpool,
Yeah.
God, I'm so excited to talk about Daredevil.
Crossover.
Oh my God. I love that shot. Like there's so much going on in that shot. Like she's like so mad at him.
So
Like I don't
He's like patiently waiting.
He's like, what's going on? Like
There's so
like,
much personality in
you
every
give me,
shot
like,
of him.
What have you pre-seen? What have you pre-seen? Tell me what happens next. Yeah.
We're behind a flip car. Explain this. Like, there's
Yeah.
so much.
I love her because she kind of has the girl with the dragon tattoo vibe
Totally.
going, and it's super hot and super awesome, but I'm also very much afraid of her, and she'd probably kill me with her mind.
Yeah. And I think
plus.
she looks great, like compared to the character in the comics, like how she's illustrated in the comics. I
Yep.
think she looks great.
Who's the actress?
She looks more battle ready.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
she really does.
I can't remember the actress's
She's a relative
name.
unknown. You look
She's
at her,
Yeah.
like pretty unknown. And it's like a cool name. Like it's like such a cool name that I can't
Negasonic
remember.
Teenage Warhead.
Yeah.
Yes, but
And,
also
like,
the actress's name.
The actress's name
Yes.
sounds like she should be playing.
I'm sure the
Negasonic.
awesome people in the chat will look it up for us, so
They'll
I don't
tell you.
have to. So
Yeah.
They'll tell you angrily.
I'm pretty in love with how Ryan Reynolds is handling his Twitter ever since the Deadpool
I
thing.
know.
Oh, yes.
Like, he's practically tweeting as Deadpool.
And he only
Yeah.
follows one person, and it's Hello Kitty.
Yes,
Oh,
like it's so in
so
character.
good.
It's amazing.
So Jason Lasoya on the live chat is asking what her powers are. I know
great question.
it is a great question. She's telepathic. What is it when she can forecast?
She's a precog.
Yeah.
Precog.
Precog.
Thank you. That's the word.
So
She's precognitive,
Which
so
I
she can
think
kind of see the
I think
future a
they're
little bit.
kind of playing a Domino-esque role with her.
Oh, interesting.
Because we don't have Domino in this movie that I know of. That we know of. So I can kind of see her playing that dual role because also Negasonic Teenage Warhead doesn't really play much of a big role in the Deadpool universe in the
Yeah,
comics.
I don't think of her as like canon to him per se. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I think it's also I do wonder who has the rights to Domino. So that might actually be a reason.
I would
that-
imagine it's.
Oh, it's definitely Fox.
I would
Is it?
imagine it's
Yeah.
Fox.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
been a
she's so
mutant,
like.
so everything.
Yeah.
She's a mutant, and so much of her is like in X-Force and X-Men and everything.
True.
So
I think it's a smart way to bring a character that has the powers they want to utilize without having any sort of continuity issues. They're just
Yeah.
like,
I
we
think-
have this precog.
yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I think the one X character that's kind of a question mark really is Cable, because there was talk of getting Cable his own movie at a different studio at one point.
Really?
So I think legally Cable is a big question mark. They may not be able to use him. I don't know if they ever resolve that issue.
Yeah.
To which
Nate
I, as a
Summers.
viewer, say, meh.
Yeah.
Okay. Darn. I like Cable. He's one of the
Yeah,
first
no,
characters
he's
I
really
brought
awesome.
but
Yeah.
he's all right.
Brianna Hildebrand.
That's what it is.
her name.
Thank you.
Yes.
Who
Actually,
who threw
thank,
that out
thank
at us?
Corey
Corey
Bellick.
Bellick. I can't remember who it was, but someone tweeted at me earlier that they're watching from the Philippines. Hi, Philippines.
Aw, yay, Philippines.
Philippines.
Who's the actress from T2 and Aliens that I can't remember? The actress James Cameron loves. They killed him at the beginning of Alien 3. You know what I'm talking
Michael Bean?
Michael Bean.
Oh, the act- I think
Michael
it's an
Bean for
actress.
Cable.
Oh my God,
that would
he
be really good.
great.
That's
Okay,
That's
then
good.
that would get me interested in Cable.
Yeah,
That's
me
the
too.
only way I care about
Yeah.
Cable is Michael Bean with the silver arm. Like,
Yeah,
past
no,
that.
I'd watch the hell out of that right now.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
a jacked Clint Eastwood. Like, because wasn't the '90s X-Men cartoon? I think it was basically Clint Eastwood. They made
Yeah.
Cable Clint.
Yeah,
so it was like,
basically.
Cable. And they play that
Super
song.
racist
It was
and
weird.
uncomfortable. Get off my lawn.
It's him and Bishop. That's the whole movie. It's awful.
Sitting on that, like X lawn, just like, man, these mutants. I knew when white mutants
Oh
were
my
out.
God.
So
Sorry.
Negasonic also plays a very important role in Emma Frost's life because she's the one who she dies on Genosha in Grant Morrison's first run
Right.
on New X-Men.
Yeah.
And that's why she goes and joins the
Yeah.
X-Men. So.
Is this
This
Yeah.
so Colossus was spotted on set.
Yeah.
Can we go to the next picture real
but
quick?
wait.
Actually, that's the man playing Colossus.
Yes.
perfect? So
And
that's
the
exactly
globe
how I
on top of
envisioned.
his head is how tall he's actually going to be.
Can we go back
That's
by
his
one?
actual head?
Do you mind going back by one and just give me 2 seconds here? Is that people post this for like, Colossus confirmed. Now, evidently, he is in the script. That's fine. I didn't know that. That's clearly Ryan Reynolds.
No, I know.
So
That's
posting that and being like, oh, it's metal tinted. Clearly, Colossus is in the movie. I'm like, you are idiots. That is not. But supposedly in the script he is since. So I will back down. But that does not be like, oh, confirmed. Colossus. There he is. That's Ryan Reynolds.
I think Ryan Reynolds just wanted to have like an organic metallic bust of himself.
He just wanted to look at himself through himself.
I felt like I was taking crazy pills when it went up. They're like, oh, there he is. Like,
but anyway, so that people are saying that that's proof that like this is a fight scene between Colossus and Deadpool, and it very well might be. We don't. That was never confirmed by any of the news sources, but the picture certainly looked like that. And there was a quote earlier this week that was, "People are going to be amazed at how massive Colossus actually is in the film." So.
Right.
I mean, look at how big he is. So, and like again, like that's the man, but like the globe on top of his head is going to be how big Colossus is supposed to actually be. So he's literally twice Brownie Hildebrand size.
We might finally get a good Colossus in a movie,
I'm
right?
excited.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
And apparently, also the quote was attributed to his role in the film. Like he's a massive guy, but he also has a larger part in the film. So
cool.
Yeah, that's exciting. And now let's move on to X-Men Apocalypse, where Olivia Munn has been cast as Psylocke.
So excited.
Social media is really excited about this, and by that I mean every girl I know wants to kill her.
Okay.
Really? All right.
Oh yeah.
Go. Take it. Everyone take it and run.
I would rather Meredith take it and run, actually.
I will. I'm going to say it. Olivia Munn is a huge inspiration for me as a talk show host. She's a terrible actress. I love Newsroom. In fact, I adore Newsroom because half of it was based off of my old job. Like, literally.
Okay.
They were in the NBC studios.
So you can relate to the characters.
And I can. And she's not an exciting actress to me. I don't think she's very good at characterization. I give her so many props from, like, obviously she moved to Hollywood, wanted to be an actress, fell into G4, did amazing stuff over there. She's gorgeous. I will not deny her that. I just don't feel that she is a strong actress, and I find it interesting that Singer would pick her for Psylocke because the casting has been so on point. But it might be a really good role for her to grow. And I think maybe working with the director like Singer might bring out more. But I just, my only experience of her acting is with Newsroom, and I was really let down by her character in general.
Don't you think this casting... Nice.
Wow. Alan, Brian, thank you.
What?
Thank you.
Way to put this on us. We're like looking at each other like, are you clapping? I'm not clapping. Like, oh, shit.
I thought she was fantastic in Newsroom. Maybe I'm blinded by the glory of Munn, but I thought she was like really handled the Sorkin dialogue well. And if you can handle Sorkin dialogue, I think you can handle whatever
I thought she was clumsy. I felt it forced and clumsy most of the time. It was such a strong series that, I mean, literal dialogue was pulled from newsrooms, and I don't know. I mean, and it could be I'm close to the source material.
No, I have worked in newsrooms myself, and I'm actually with you that I wasn't disappointed by her, but she was sort of blending in the background for me, where like there were so many other actors in the newsroom who, when they were delivering their speeches and their rants, were much stronger to me, where she was fine. She wasn't bad, but she was fine. Other people, they were great. Yeah. So it didn't really stand out to me. I have no problem with her being cast. It wouldn't be my choice, especially for Psylocke. Like I just pictured, sort of Japanese punk rock ninja with purple hair and just someone who just looks immediately like I could take you down.
Yeah, I understand she's of Chinese descent, so at least we've got, that's great. I'm glad we're not just whitewashing the character.
No, of course.
And that being said, Psylocke, kind of does the body switch thing, so you have the openness.
Yeah.
It's just
I really hope they don't do the whole like Psylocke revanche thing.
Yeah.
Olivia Munn.
It was kind of like that's an interesting choice. I don't necessarily like it. I'm not going to poop all over it. Sorry boys listening, I think a lot of people are reacting to her because they find her physically appealing, so that somehow makes her a good actress. And I'm sorry, like, you could be the sexiest, sweetest, nicest, most talented at one thing that you do. It doesn't make you good at something else.
I've been told that exact speech. I was told that exact speech by my mother. It was very awkward.
Yeah, you
so
are an
awkward.
Extremely sexy man,
it's
Alan.
True.
And it's like, I know you
but
really want to.
But you can't be good at everything. Actually, he is.
He is kind of great at everything.
He's awkward.
I
think we're gonna
weird.
need a very impactful 30 seconds or a minute of Psylocke, and you need an actor that's recognizable to a point. I would love to have an unknown with like the purple streak and all that, but we're not gonna. There's 83 mutants in this movie.
Yeah, exactly. And also my thing, although she's not who I would have picked for Psylocke, here's the thing: the X-Men movies half the X-Men and their characters do not act like how they do in the comics. I mean, in the comics, Mystique, the greatest love of her life was a woman, Irene Adler, and in the movies, she's never shown interest in any woman. She's been with Magneto. She's been with Professor X. She was with Beast. Apparently, at some point, had to be with Azazel because they fathered Nightcrawler. That's like 4 dudes as opposed to the one woman who she loved. So, and Storm's different, and Nightcrawler's kind of different. Cyclops is different. So the X-Men movie universe is its own thing. So maybe for their version of Psylocke, she'll be perfect. I have no idea.
Right.
Do you think? We all have familiarity. You have familiarity with newsrooms. I think in this room we all have familiarity with the studio system. This feels like studio casting to me, right?
Yeah,
it's like, the nerds like her. The nerds like her.
Exactly.
Yeah. Make her an X person.
Like I like not obvious casting. Like when it's just we need like some kind of quirky detective. Get Benedict Cumberbatch. Then I'm like
exactly.
I've seen that.
It's in the nerd space. It's just like she's a redhead who's pretty and nerdy. Felicia Day. It's like they're a handsome nerd. It's Hardwick or Matt Key.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, I get it a lot.
I was gonna say Zachary Levi, but yes, that's exactly what I meant. And so it's like it's a movie for nerds. Olivia Munn's pretty.
And I just want to say this. One thing I don't like the whole nerd checking thing. I'm seeing some of this happening with her. It's like, she was on G4. There's debates about how involved she was and what she covered, and regardless, like as a journalist, we have to cover things that we're not intimately familiar, but it doesn't mean you become interested in it. I didn't give a flying Nightcrawler tale about medical stories until I became a medical producer.
Never heard that phrase.
I know, and now I'm suddenly really into medical stuff. From a coverage point of view and writing about it. So I think regardless if Olivia Munn was or was not a super nerd like maybe Felicia Day is, I think she definitely learned the tools of the trade. I think she must have become a fan of something. So I mean, if nothing else, we do have a fan taking up this role.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's kind of going with everything that I am excited about the X-Men film is.
We've had a few people saying that they're not too familiar with Psylocke. So Psylocke, her real name is Betsy Braddock.
Yeah.
She is sister to Captain Britain, Brian Braddock, and her powers are that she is telepathic and she can wield a telepathic psychic knife out of her fists,
a
Psyblade that she can like scramble your brain with.
It's like getting the sensation of being knifed without any physical damage, which is something that we started doing in the 90s where because like it was post Watchmen, so everything was just like, God, our heroes have to be grittier and more violent, but we can't have them killing everyone left and right, so how do we find psychic weapons.
Psychic weapons, yes.
But that also came with her race and body change, because the
Mandarin.
Really?
Well, with the X-Men, before then she would do these psychic things, and she was a little more introverted, and she had sort of this cloak, and there was this like butterfly pattern that would appear around her face when she did psychic things. And then the X-Men, they were trying to reform the X-Men and trying to shake things up because sales were dropping.
Yeah.
So they came up with this story where the Siege Perilous, which is a thing from King Arthur legend, basically it's a magic door, and walking through it you get reborn somehow. So a bunch of the X-Men went through the Siege Perilous. So Colossus wound up amnesiac and becoming like a bruiser for some mob, and Psylocke went through, and when we found her again, she was now Japanese and had these samurai ninja skills and was working for the Mandarin. And so it was like, what the hell? And she was forming Psyblades. And so it just became like, the magic door did this to her. What are you going to do? And then like 3 years later, they came up with this, actually, Psylocke met this ninja, and they sort of switch brains, and there's a thing. Yeah. And then her name is Quanon, and we call her Revanche because it's French for revenge.
I just gave up on it.
Even though they're in Japan.
Remember the 90s, you guys?
Yeah. 90s people.
Even a couple years ago, they kind of pulled another body switch thing when they had Madeline Pryor come back as the Red Queen.
Right.
And time to take medicine. Sorry. Shouldn't do that at 2:00. But yeah, so and I think they retconned her to being in her original body, because I remember them digging up the grave of the body and this whole like it was convoluted.
Yeah. So important question. Her name is Betsy Braddock. Her brother is Brian Braddock. Yeah. Captain Britain, the most British person you can be in the Marvel Universe.
Maybe.
And I've always wondered this.
Jack.
Yes, I've always wondered this. Well, fair. I've always wondered this since the beginning. Does Psylocke have a British accent now that she is Asian?
Yes. Yes, she does.
Will Olivia Munn?
Yeah. I don't think so.
That's my question.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
They don't
certain
pay that
X-Men
much
actors.
attention to anything on them. I wish X-Men were X-Men movies. They're just really good mutant action movies.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like I've never watched X-Men except for First Class, which I thought was the most faithful adaptation, still way off because of what they'd already established, but singularly it was the most faithful adaptation. I've seen a lot of really good mutant action movies, but I don't think we'll ever in the next 10 years have a good X-Men movie.
Until Marvel goes back.
Until you know what I mean?
Which it probably never
They
will.
probably never
So
will.
I don't see it happening. And
You know what really killed me was in X-Men, Halle Berry tried to do a bit of an accent, and then in X-Men 2, she just gave it up. And she said in some interview like that basically, I couldn't get it right, so I gave up. And I thought, another actor might have tried harder on a movie where no one is playing their nationalities. You've got an Australian playing a Canadian. You've got a Scottish person playing a German. You've got Ian McKellen here. You've got Brian Cox playing this like Southern general on this movie set. You're complaining I can't get. Talk to Anna Paquin. Are you shit?
How's that Oscar doing in your house? Maybe you should look at some classes for speaking. Like Angela Bassett would have been great. I'm sorry, it would have been amazing. She was almost Storm.
Let's jump over to Daredevil.
We're getting into tangents.
Okay. And if I may,
So-
on a way out, is that what the X-Men movies is exactly to your point. They're setting up sort of this goofy universe that we enjoy, but it doesn't stick. All they're really doing right now is setting up more stuff for Deadpool to keep spoofing in more Deadpool
And that's
movies.
fine with me.
And
That's
I'm
all right.
in
That's
because it's the same
18
property.
Deadpools. It's
Great
fine
by
with
me.
me.
Great
I'm
by
all
me.
right with it.
All right, so there's no news to give with Daredevil. We're going to talk Daredevil now. A lot of the fans want to hear our opinions on Daredevil.
And we are going to do spoilers for the whole season, or what?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is-
Wow.
This is like, we're talking.
They've had
Okay.
a week.
We
So,
are talking.
people in the chat room.
Spoiler alert!
That's awesome.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah.
So people in the chat
We're
room.
going down.
Star Trek, when that
We're
happens,
going
you
down.
like shake the set.
Yeah.
No,
So-
don't, because you'll knock over Thanos.
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
Doctor
So
Strange.
we should put in capital letters when we're done talking Daredevil, so people who are muting it for the spoilers
Yeah.
know to
Yeah.
come back.
Very good.
Okay.
So what did you guys think? Like, what's the collective opinion? Do we like it? Do we hate
Do
it?
you want
Like,
order? Do you want to?
no, just go. I don't care.
No, just go. Let's go in order.
I think it was the best adaptation of anything I've ever seen Marvel do. Period. I don't know if it was. It might even be my favorite thing they've ever done. I think
Wow.
it was. It was.
Wow.
It was the right tone. It was the right actors. It was no showboating, but it was laying the groundwork for things without feeling like forced Easter eggs. It was hitting all the marks that they needed to without feeling forced or drawn out. Like it was perfect. I would have changed nothing, and I've never said that before. And they literally choreographed the Kingpin to fight like John Romita Jr. draws him.
Yeah.
Like, he would throw haymakers and he would charge, and it was exactly right. Like I could picture panels that would be that way. And Charlie Cox. Whoa.
Wow, you love this,
Dude,
huh?
dude, I told you my buddy Chris Brewster was the body double for Daredevil. He did all the fights and
Yeah.
stuff, and he's always wanted to be a ninja. Like his Instagram is Ninja Brewster. Like the dude loves, and he's in this black suit just being a ninja. And I've never been happier for it. It was perfect. Thank you, Marvel, so much for showing that you can do something right, and DC is gonna learn.
Wow.
Well said.
Kistler, Brian, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right. I agree 100%. I expected, I'd heard good word about it, and I expected to be surprised and happy with things added to a Marvel mythos or to a Marvel property. I did not expect to be blown away by things I've literally never seen on a television show or in a movie. The introduction of Kingpin, the fight scenes, the reactions to some of them, some of Karen Page realizing Foggy's in love with her and her reaction to that, her very real reaction.
Yeah.
There were real cinematic, beautiful moments in this that had nothing to do with the superhero punching people with sticks. Like, this was just damn good. I could talk anyone into watching this. It's a crime procedural with karate fights. It was amazing. And by
it's
the way,
a courtroom.
and I've never binged. I've actually, I say like, I'm going to binge watch this thing, but you know, you get like 4 or 5 in, and you're like, I got to go do something or watch another movie or something.
I'm with you.
This was my first time. I never left the house. Friday to Saturday was just Daredevil. I couldn't leave. It was that good. I couldn't stop.
Yeah, Brittany and I did it all Saturday. Like the Daredevil. We watched Daredevil.
And more to the point.
Oh, Hornhead.
We are children. Mercy.
I kind of forgot my point. But,
You were talking
best
about
friend,
binging.
man. To that end, am very excited about the ones coming out. I think they set the bar really high, so good luck, Marvel and Netflix, because oh my god, what are you going to do from here? They took a property that I've had passing interest in. I've certainly read enough of his books, and they made him probably one of my favorite Marvel characters now. They're also very smart in giving these guys TV wages, and now all they have to do is seed them into any movie for 4 seconds, and the audience will lose their minds and just be like, how is Age of Ultron? It was okay, but Daredevil's in it for a second. I mean, I know that doesn't happen, but I'm just saying any movie moving forward to be like, oh, well, I'm going then. Like, I'll watch it for 4 seconds as something flies past him. Like, that's all they have to do now. Right? We'll lose our minds, right? Like, even just when Coulson shows up in Ultron, which I assume he does, we're all going to lose our minds because they've seeded it so perfectly. They've made a universe with continuity. Start to finish, I thought it was absolutely amazing. And sorry, I'll finish on, much like one of the best shows ever is Breaking Bad, which everyone says, and I know that's common, but you root for the bad guy through half the thing. Every episode I'm like, I think I'm on Matt Murdock's side. Like, if you really boiled it down, Kingpin was just trying to do his job, and this crazy guy in a mask kept beating everyone up. Like,
well, to be fair, Kingpin had a habit of killing people
by smashing their heads in doors.
Like,
don't get me wrong.
Not even the method. Like, he's killing people.
And
like,
of course he's the villain, but you have to kind of check.
But Murdock is kind of beating people to like a breath of their life. So I mean, it's
after attempting to rape and kill other people.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. I mean,
he's the bad guy.
Yeah,
to be clear.
Exactly.
You kind of gut check now and again to be like, because you found yourself rooting for him, like, oh, I hope his relationship works out. And you're like, oh wait, no, I don't.
This is so sweet.
Right. It was a love story.
I love them.
Right. And you're like, Daredevil, get out of there, leave her alone. Why are you bugging her?
They're at supper. Let them have a nice dinner.
Right? I found myself doing that.
What did you think?
All right, so I'm going to be really honest. I'm only 2 episodes in. I know.
I feel awful now.
No, don't.
You didn't spoil much, though.
No, but I've already I realized because I wasn't, due to other obligations, able to binge watch.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to binge this.
Yes.
And this is someone that I watched 4 seasons of Breaking Bad in 2 weeks when I was laid up with really sick. So I am a binge watcher, but this I really want to take my time with. But don't worry, we can talk spoilers because I kind of went and spoiled everything. Because it's not about the end, it's about the journey. And the journey so far is fantastic. Like, I have so many issues with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think, they did better with Agent Carter, but Netflix is the right vehicle for Marvel to put these shows into serialized format. What we have already in the 2 episodes is an amazing character that, much like you, I don't give a lick about Daredevil in the comics. Maybe he kind of crosses over with X-Men sometimes. That's about my extent of knowledge with him. Matt Murdock is a fantastic character. Charlie Cox brings him to life in ways I never expected. The backstory with the father has been so poignant. And just like even little things like, Atlan Jack wearing the yellow and red maroon jacket is harken back to Daredevil's original yellow and red costume. I really enjoy Karen Page. Knowing that character, though, I'm curious to see if they're going to go down the route they do with her. And we just got introduced to Kingpin at the end of episode 2 in the art show. And I'm assuming that's Vanessa who shows up?
Yes.
Okay. And Vincent D'Onofrio is fantastic. Just the whole thing about, like, no, I'm alone. When he's looking at the art, it hits you, and I can't get over the fight choreography. This is a martial arts show.
But even more than that, there's a lot of things will say they're martial arts show, and they're very stylized. It's very much like a dance, and no one seems to get tired at the end. This was raw. This was like Daredevil feels each punch. If he gets punched 3 times, it's not like, I'll punch you again. He's a little dazed. It takes him a second.
Let's just. I know we're going to end up talking about it, and I don't want to jump over, but that hallway scene in episode 2, which according to
that hallway dough.
According to the stunt director, stunt coordinator, and Charlie Cox and Rosario Dawson themselves, that was a single take. They did it throughout a whole day. There was like 17 shots, but that supposedly is done in one single take, even though I have some suspicions where they could have cut.
I saw 3 spots. And again, like, I went to film school and craft, and I used to edit. So.
But even then, it was phenomenal. And when he starts to wear down at the end of the fight, it's like you never see that with him.
I loved that touch. He's just like throwing himself into the punch, and you just know he's like, just give me a break.
He's a human. He's a human.
The stunt double and him switch out with the use of the door was brilliant.
No, that
was
great.
Even if it were, whether it's a single take or 3 shots, I really didn't care, because how they did that with the doors, with the in and out of the rooms. and the feeling you got from it, and whether it was seamless or giving the impression of seamless, it worked.
Yeah.
Seamless.
And I want to say it was a great homage to both Old Boy and The Raid 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that is, I mean,
goal, and they nailed
yeah,
it.
that is
And
exactly.
Brewster, if you're watching this, thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Moore.
Tell your. I want him to come on because he is.
He was my stunt double in Star Trek,
He's
and
fantastic.
he was like, "I want to be a ninja one day."
He's amazing.
He's a ninja.
He wasn't also the guy that was in Cap 2, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
You're my hero, Chris.
He's so awesome.
I want to be he did
I know.
everything right, and he embodied like different fighting styles. Did you guys notice that as the show went on, each fight evolved as his character?
I haven't. I haven't got. I do notice he started as a brawler, like
it was
a
amazing.
boxer.
So clear.
As his like emotionality fight with stick changes, he like reverts back to his dad's fighting style and changes to his fighting style as he like thinks and cuts through the show.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm so with you there, man, and how he starts like adapting to. He just started basically, especially when we see a flashback to the first night he goes out. He's just brawling and fighting, and then as he's learning, okay, that doesn't cut it with some of these guys. I'm fighting assassins and eventually a ninja. Like I've got to step up, and we see him evolving into superhero.
Right.
Yeah, and I want to. I do want to say when I interviewed Charlie Cox on the red carpet, he did praise his stunt double so much. So you should.
That's how I found out.
Yeah,
Chris wasn't even bragging. I saw an interview with Charlie Cox. He was like, "Yeah, you know my guy, Chris Brewster."
Yeah.
I was like,
I know that guy. He's great.
Yeah.
He's a ninja now.
So far,
cool.
I love it. I'm super excited. Also, my boyfriend Greg, who doesn't read comics, this is his first introduction to Daredevil. I don't even think he saw the Ben Affleck movie. I don't remember.
Oh, that lucky man.
Yeah, but he is.
What his life must be like to have never seen that.
The cinematic masterpiece.
It had its moments.
It had its moments, yes, and it was no one's fault.
Yeah.
in the cast.
The suit looked okay. Like I like
did.
the
I was
suit,
fine with
you know?
the suit. Yeah, I was.
But Greg really is enjoying it. And for me, it's amazing to introduce Greg to my world of comics through quality cinematic features. So I'm really happy. He loved Winter Soldier. He's really digging Daredevil. And what I'm excited about is, especially just in terms of how the fight choreography has been, what this means for Luke Cage and
Jessica and
Iron Fist. I think they've hit on something where, Star Wars is the classic modern Western. We've got our modern day Kung Fu show.
Yeah.
Can we talk Easter eggs?
Real quick, what's the stunt guy's name? Where it was someone else?
I just responded, Chris Brewster.
Okay. Also, shout out for Michael Svintek. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday,
Michael Svintek. Hello.
For all the movies we grew up on, action movies, every kind of movie, and especially superhero movies, we've watched since we were born. The hero comes in and punches a guy in the face and goes to the next guy. I have literally, before this series, never seen one where he has to knock out every single person.
Yes.
And does.
They're coming at him at once. They weren't like Jackie Chan waiting.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
oh, my turn.
Yeah. There were no one-hit knockouts ever.
Yeah, it was the best. And that whole fight scene with Nobu.
Yes.
That was
Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
That was brutal.
We knew
get over here.
And speaking of Easter eggs, Nobu's name is an Easter egg.
Really?
Because Kage Nobu is the person who founded the hand.
Yeah.
Centuries ago.
But they haven't confirmed if it's
They
actually
haven't
going to be
confirmed
him
if
or
it's
not.
the right guy.
Yeah, we do know he is running the hand.
Well,
but
he's working with some mysterious organization.
Yeah, but I wonder if he is going to be Kage. No, I thought that too.
Right, but it's just if nothing else, the name implies the connection, and there were so many great things like that. You had even before they do the flashback to Creel, you could see the poster of Creel.
Yeah.
You see. I don't think you actually saw the sign until episode 2, or maybe 3. It was 3 because when Wesley appears, you can see the office across the way is Atlas.
Atlas, that was great.
Which is, for anyone who doesn't know, like Marvel started off as Timely and then Atlas before it became Marvel, and
Stan Lee kept pushing Marvel, and publisher was like, no, we're going to be Atlas now.
And that was the name of their first comic, and he thought it was just a better name, and he was right. But yeah, that's even the old Atlas logo. I loved in Ben Urich's office, you not only had the newspaper clipping of Terror in New York, but you had the other newspaper story, Terror in Harlem.
Yeah.
And it's the Hulk.
It's the Hulk.
Yeah.
One of the events of the Incredible Hulk film.
Yeah.
Also, Ulrich's, him and his boss, his editor, in the newsroom when the editor's like, nobody wants to read real news, and they say how bloggers are making twice the amount of normal journalists. That hit me so hard. I'm like, that's why I quit NBC and moved to LA to be a blogger and a podcaster, because it hurt. It hurt how timely it is.
Yeah.
Everything in Gladiator's workshop was so.
Oh, that was fantastic.
All right, well, hold on.
Yeah.
So Gladiator was Melvin Potter. Melvin Potter's the guy who was making all the outfits for the Kingpin, and then Daredevil goes to him in the end.
Yeah.
And in the comics, he was a costume shop owner before he was a supervillain.
And Betsy got him to be on the up and Betsy in the comics got him to be on the up and up. So in the show, Betsy keeps him on the up and up.
Yeah. Like he was a very early Daredevil villain, and then during Frank Miller's run, by that time he'd reformed and actually became a very staunch Daredevil ally and supporter.
Cool.
But he is an armorer and a costume shop owner.
Stiltman stilts in the background. Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't see that.
In the Gladiator workshop.
I am waiting for Turk.
So awesome.
One of my favorite bits from Frank Miller's run was when Turk tried to be the new Stiltman and failed miserably.
We got Turk and we got
the fact that we got Turk,
God.
we got the legs. I want to see it happen.
And the owl's still an option because his son Lee.
Right, he's got a son.
And we saw the green cowl in the workshop. The owl's green cowl's in the workshop.
I didn't see any.
As soon as I got to the workshop, I was
Gotta
like,
go back and watch it now.
Well, I want to, but like the only thing I caught was like he threw the buzzsaws, and I was like, yeah. And then whenever I think it's Daredevil who sees like the blueprints, like there's a blueprint for like a buzzsaw.
The Gladiator symbol's on the blueprint, which is so good.
rad.
Yes, and the Electra nod with the Greek girl in college.
Yeah,
like that.
Whatever happened to her? It didn't work out. Matt, there's some history there.
Do you guys think we'll get Elektra in season 2?
Yeah,
almost guaranteed.
and Bullseye. I think so.
I mean, with the amount of hinting they already did about the hand, and when Stick like bringing up the war and talking to, I assume, Stone, and the credits actually said it was Stone,
Okay.
right? And like it's season 3 at the latest.
Cool.
You know, although I have to say the most unrealistic thing about the show, having been a former resident of Hell's Kitchen myself, is the lack of A, gay bars, and B, a Whole Foods. Because, like, the place... No. Yeah,
okay.
2 years ago, aliens wrecked stuff. I get that. The place has been swanky for like a good decade before then, all right? There's been a lot of remodeling. John Jay has this whole expensive new bookstore there. Like, there's a lot of stuff. And there's not even just one Whole Foods.
There's like one
come on.
every corner. Is it like a Rite Aid?
It's not that bad.
It's like McDonald's.
It's like there's the one in Columbus Circle, and then
That's
there's
where
the one...
Kingpin kept getting the wine from. He'd be like,
He just went to Whole Foods.
Hey, well, it's better than $2 Chuck.
Nothing is better than
How did we love Kingpin? Do we love D'Onofrio?
I'm loving him so far.
Absolutely.
so perfect.
I think one of the best villain speeches I've ever heard was in the very last episode. I won't say because I don't want to ruin it for you.
Yeah.
I really loved that.
But that Samaritan
I loved
thing,
that.
This was perfect.
Oh my god!
His moment of realization.
Chilling.
He had
It was
a moment
chilling.
of realization.
No, like, it's not even that he's identifying with an evil person. He's identifying with a force of nature.
Yeah.
That therefore
An evil
cannot be
force of-
judged.
yeah.
But you can't judge a force of nature. It's like someone saying,
so
you know
good.
what? I'm Galactus. Screw you.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. It was like the best like self-realization I think I've ever seen in a villain, and it was like I think was it you that I was talking about earlier, where it was like you see like the path where it's like Daredevil and Kingpin are kind of. They're on like a blurred line, and at the end of it, Daredevil's very staunchly the hero, and Kingpin is like, "Screw you guys, I'm evil."
Yeah.
He just accepts it.
He just accepts it.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna find interesting.
No, it's fine. Do it. Like I said, I read all of it.
Yeah.
So don't worry. I'm just
Moving
excited.
forward, I'm really curious with. They've done a really good job. This is the first Netflix show. This is our first TV Marvel that I considered fully Marvel, because we've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff. This feels fully Marvel. And they did the same thing. Like, Loki's their one good villain. Is Kingpin going to be our one good TV villain? Like, will they be? Because otherwise you've got gray minions.
I don't know, man.
Always got gray minions.
Purple Man's coming, though.
That's what I'm saying. I hope he's as good as Kingpin. I hope the bar...
Yeah.
Because Purple Man has potential.
He's the most horrible villain there is, really.
They do it right.
And with Tennant playing that role, I mean, okay, Tennant is no D'Onofrio. Like, let's just accept the fact that Vincent D'Onofrio is a fantastic actor. But
Tennant's an excellent actor.
Yeah, but he is. But Tennant is also.
Trained.
He's just not. D'Onofrio just has a couple more years, you know.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
I'm just saying, but I think Tennant is going to bring that same gravitas that we see, and I think,
in a different way.
In a very different way.
Tennant can do Sinister very nicely.
I'm excited. No, and I love.
Who was he in Harry Potter?
Barty Crouch Jr.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Tennant's my doctor. So I'm a Tennant fan.
But like you see him in I saw him in Much Ado, and then also Hamlet.
Yeah.
And then
Broadchurch.
Broadchurch, and
He's
also
great in Broadchurch.
Also
Yeah.
in
Graceland too.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Greystone, Legend of Tarzan.
No.
Grace Point.
Oh, Grace Point.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
what I meant.
In Blackpool, where
I haven't seen
he's
that.
this, which is kind of a great show in its wackiness, but even with all the wackiness around it, he plays a very manipulative and you can argue like morally corrupt detective.
But this is
still had a charm to him.
This is his first true evil role, and I'm excited. And now I'm excited to kind of see what we're going to get out of Luke Cage and Iron Fist because they're really, like you said, they're setting the bar for the villains, and I think
the whole thread just got mad at me. I think the secondary villains are strong. I love some of the people that they've got. I just think the main climax third act villains are almost always great minions, and we get it again for the Ultron. So I agree.
No, I
just have to be somewhat critical in the MCU sometimes.
Totally agree with what you're saying.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
So are we going to see all of these TV characters in the movies?
Defenders? Oh, in the movies?
Maybe.
If they're smart,
Probably not.
Well, they'll see. I think they'll just do cameos. That's my guess.
Or like you'll just have Kingpin like just hire a bunch of like create the Sinister Six or something.
Yeah.
Insidious.
I just don't.
We do need to move on.
Yeah.
But let's wrap it up. So
Brittany
I'm not
likes your
saying not
legs.
to.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm not saying not to say what you're saying, but we need to wrap it up.
No, it's fine. It's not important.
But
Oscar for Daredevil.
But real quick, do you think that Juan Jose asked if you think we'll get a Punisher series out of this?
I think so.
Call Tom Jane.
Steven tonight came out yesterday and said he wanted to do an R-rated Punisher show.
Yeah.
He wants to show it.
I think it's going to happen. I think we're going to see the success of this first four, and I think we're going to get Ghost Rider. I think we're going to get Punisher. I think we're going to get Moon Knight. I think that's what everyone keeps saying.
Moon Knight. Give me Warren Ellis Moon Knight. I will do anything.
So
anyway.
incredible.
And Fool Killer, of course, with the big hat, the jaunty hat. Fool Killer, the guy dressed like a pirate and shot people.
Who do you like for Moon Knight, casting-wise? I've been saying Ben Foster for weeks. I want someone to have a secondary.
I could do. I need a minute to think about it.
Okay.
We're talking new
curious.
Warren Ellis, totally insane Moon Knight in the suit.
Madness.
Love him.
And then each episode's a different
God,
character, like 13 episode arc, one per.
Oh, I want him so bad.
And real quick, what does the ending of that Stick episode hold for the future of Daredevil and
Season
the Defenders?
2.
So, like, do we think that was still Serpent? Do we think that was?
No. The credits
Stone.
say Stone.
What's that?
The credit says Stone.
Oh, it says Stone?
So it's the other one that's Stick trained then?
No, his partner.
His partner. Oh,
Stick and Stone.
Get it?
Okay.
All right.
They're asking.
All right.
No more Daredevil.
No more Daredevil. We're done with
done.
Daredevil. We're done with Daredevil. All right. So there was a new Ant-Man trailer out this week.
Goodbye.
Wow.
I would like to say this if I may. The Ant-Man trailer came out, and this was another studio decision that was so easy because look, when the last Ant-Man trailer dropped, people were like, and then Daredevil does amazingly, right? And at Marvel, they're like, all right, they like us again, they trust us, guys, let's do this, let's drop Ant-Man.
Let me say it's not.
The timing made sense.
It's not the Ant-Man trailer. In fact, I'm actually very excited about Ant-Man now. It's that this is now the most horrific film in the world. They're actually making Ant-Man a horror movie for me,
right?
Because they have unleashed my greatest fear.
Yellow Jackets.
Obviously.
Yeah, you hate Yellow Jackets.
I felt so bad for Yellow Jacket when that damn dirty train was coming at him. Why would they put Thomas the Tank Engine? I hate Thomas.
Well, it's a tale as old as time. Man shrinks, meets Thomas the Tank Engine.
I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, this Ant-Man trailer looks so good. Everyone's like amazing. And then I see it and I scream. Thank you, our producer hates him too. See, I'm not the only one.
It's the big bad.
I know.
It's coming for him.
Oh, it's
Ant-Man's nemesis.
He's always in the background. It's pulling the strings.
He's Ant-Man's
terrifying.
Thanos.
Yep, it's Thomas the Tank Engine.
And what's great is like everyone on my like personal Facebook knows my hatred of Thomas, to the point that last year for my birthday, my friends gave me what I thought was an iMac because I was moving to LA, and like, oh, you could use a new laptop. And I opened up and it was like 2,000 stickers of Thomas the Tank Engine.
That's awesome.
PBS is a real tough network for you.
It really is. So
it's a hard time flipping through the twos.
I can't. And I see his face at Target and everywhere. And now I'm gonna have to suffer. Like I've already told my boyfriend.
You don't have to go to the movie.
Please close my eyes. You have to put your hand over my face when the Thomas scene comes on.
This is like when I found out a friend of mine was terrified of Muppets. It's just
right.
Like how can you be scared of that?
I'm afraid of Thomas, man. He terrifies me. That and Teletubbies.
Okay, but Teletubbies are freaks. Their televisions are in their stomachs. Like we can all agree that that's monstrous.
Yeah, those guys are monsters. They're devastating.
But that aside, I'm super excited.
I like the trailer. I thought it was great.
She's not saying she hated the trailer.
Yeah.
She's saying she's terrified.
So tell
of
us
a
more
child's
of what you
toy.
liked with the trailer. What
I liked the Thomas the Tank Engine little cut at the end as you see the kids set in the train.
Yes.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah. It was very funny.
I did like that part. I liked several parts of it. Just I still don't know what tone.
That's a big thing for me. Like, I'm a little confused because like they keep doing the trailers. It's like, this is a big action thriller, and
this
then they
is
have
sort
like,
of Iron Man, but not quite.
And,
funny.
then they have a little toy train falling off.
Right.
yeah, or they'll have Paul Rudd saying like, yeah, I'm done breaking into places and stealing stuff. What do you need me to do? I need you to break into a place and steal some stuff.
I feel like
Alright.
that's the rewrites. I feel like that's the
No, it's absolutely the
What
rewrites.
worries
Like,
me is it feels like two different movies. I feel like it looks like a Phase 1 film. I think I would have been really excited about it like 5 years ago.
I
feel
totally
like
hear that. If
it
I
looks
hadn't
like-
seen Iron Man yet,
then I'd be happy.
Yeah.
I would totally be.
If we
And
started
if we
here.
haven't evolved into Phase 2, where we have Winter Soldier just being one of the best movies of all time,
my God.
if we have Guardians of the Galaxy reinventing what comic movies are, if we didn't have Avengers coming out before it, which is going to change all of comic book movies, then it might work. But since it's following this, I don't think that Ant-Man has a chance of being anything better than a Phase 1 film, which we've already evolved out of.
Things will be brighter.
We've already passed that, and with Daredevil showing we can do a 13-hour movie.
yeah.
I think the timing, to my earlier point about
Death
timing,
flip.
I think the timing was terrible to release Ant-Man right after Daredevil because we have released
Dark,
two
edgy
trailers.
noir.
Yeah, we've released two trailers in which the hero at the end of both trailers apologizes for being the hero. Literally both of them are like, yeah,
just
sorry, I'm Ant-Man.
Did you enjoy this amazing
Yeah.
steak and all the fixings? Well, here's kale.
And listen, I am one of Scott Lang's greatest proponents. The FF series turned Scott Lang into one of the greatest heroes in comic history. He took on Doctor Doom with his bare effing hands.
Yeah.
Okay?
Scott's
He was
a great
amazing.
character. And
I love Scott Lang.
He had the best Ant-Man costume later on.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think he's the best Ant-Man. Like,
Agreed.
I'm sorry, Henry Pym, but apologies to Pym.
Well, Scott Lang
Hey.
doesn't beat his wife, so.
Yeah, exactly.
But see, even
Let's face
this,
smack.
even
Yeah.
this is another. The Ultimates really brought that image of, because there was a story that everyone knows about where Hank Pym
Smacks Janet.
Smacked Janet. And this is one of those things where the intention didn't match the art, because
read
the
that
whole
too.
thing was like the whole story had been showing that for a while Hank Pym had been losing his tether on reality, which had happened before, and God knows it had happened to many superheroes before then and after, where someone would go temporarily nuts and punch Thor or punch Captain America and go against it. In this case, Janet was trying to stop Hank from basically being crazy and him freaking out. He slapped her, and it was meant to be just be he shoved her aside, but we got this big, powerful smack.
Right.
And even though he did acknowledge that was terrible, and they went through
Didn't
this
he
whole
also
thing.
spray her with bug spray? Like, didn't
No.
That was an
no.
Ultimates.
See,
Oh, that was okay.
this is the thing. So that was an isolated incident of, not to apologize, but just this is the circumstance of the story. It was this isolated incident to show that's how far Hank went. That was terrible, and so then he had this whole journey of getting his mind back together.
Right.
And then he and Janet eventually got back together and made up. But then we got the Ultimates, where Mark Miller basically went, let's make Hank the worst human being
They're an
ever.
abusive couple
It's
to
an
each other,
abusive
even.
couple.
Yeah.
He is hitting her. He's using bug spray on her. He's taking credit for powers he developed off her mutant genes and all that jazz. And that's become this overwhelming thing where that immediately just everyone has this terrible taste. Which is a shame, because in the mainstream Marvel stuff, like writers like Dan Slott brought Hank Pym back to what Lee and the other artists at the time originally wanted him to be, which was sort of this like Indiana Jones sci-fi adventurer who was really having silly times. Like, he would put himself into a little cannon and shoot himself where there was trouble and call an ant to catch him so he wouldn't die. That was what he did.
I wish that was the tagline, having silly times.
In the 90s, he was the guy with pockets.
My problem with the writing from Ant-Man for several years is they made him too much like Mr. Fantastic. That was
You're
just
right.
it.
You're absolutely right. They didn't know what to do with him for a
Unapproachable.
long time.
Unrelatable.
Well, yeah, he was sort of this wacky adventurer who didn't want to go superheroing as much as his girlfriend. But then when he joined the Avengers, there, especially after Stan Lee and Jack Kirby left, there was this attitude of, well, what do we do with him now? Because he's a scientist, but so is Iron Man. And he can be strong, but so is Thor and Hulk and whoever else is on the team at the time. So what does he really add? And that's why you got these, well, now he's Goliath, and now he's just Hank Pym. Now he's Yellow Jacket and thinks he killed Hank. We just won't mention that. And now he keeps going back and forth, and
they never knew what to do with him.
No, Dan Slott, and I'm not just saying that because you're my boy, Dan Slott did the best job of making Hank Pym a really entertaining character again.
And Dan Slott did that with he brought me back to Spider-Man. I'd quit reading Spider-Man for years, and his work on. I mean, Dan Slott's an amazing writer.
He is.
He understands the characters Marvel has given him.
If you want to see Hank Pym's most embarrassing, after of course being a douche and smacking around women, his most embarrassing timeline was in the '90s. Look up Death Trap the Vault art by Ron Lim, in which Hank Pym's power was wearing big '90s shirts and pulling things out of his pocket. They'd be like, "If only we could hack," and he'd be like, "I can hack," and he'd pull out a computer and then make it big and be like, "Look, I brought a computer."
Yeah, that was like
his power was just making things small and big and then using them.
Yeah,
like, wait, you need a boat? Okay, here's a boat. It was in my pocket, you guys.
I kind of want that movie.
It's amazing. It's
like
so bad.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Yeah, like Rick Moranis is the hero.
That was Edgar Wright's Ant-Man, and Marvel's like, we can't do that now. No, what if we let him do it?
Oh boy.
Maybe I'm just don't like Ant-Man because I really wanted Edgar Wright's. I don't know. Maybe I'm holding this.
I kind of have a grudge about it too.
Yeah, like maybe I just won't be able to see out of it. The action scenes look incredible.
The action scenes look awesome.
Beautiful.
I think it's going to be a really fun movie. I think that it's a movie in search of a tone, like we were saying earlier. That's the only drawback. Like that's the only thing I'm afraid of with it. But I think it's going to be surprising. I don't think it's going to be as surprising as Guardians was, where everyone was like, "What is this?" But I think it's still going to be like, you know what? That was a damn good movie.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be on par with Thor. Thor was something that when I went to go see the first one, I was kind of like, I don't know, it's Thor, and I was like, this was surprisingly good because I didn't go in with no expectations, good or bad. I was just like, oh, I'm going to go see it because it's a Marvel movie, and I prefer that they're doing the Lang storyline because it opens up the MCU. They have a lot more freedom to build upon this character, and I think he fits a lot better. And especially if you're reading the current Ant-Man comics where Scott Lang is Ant-Man in them, they're really phenomenal, and I think that's going to kind of give you an idea of the tone of the movie, because Marvel does that. They write their current comics to go in line with the movies. And I would really recommend, if you want to know more about the MCU Ant-Man, maybe pick up the new Ant-Man comic that's out. I think like number 4 or 5 just came out.
It's fairly early.
It's really good. And his daughter's in it, and like Scott Lang and his relationship with his daughter is one of my favorites.
I loved his daughter when she got to be a hero in Young Avengers.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Stature.
I just remembered something I wanted to say. I know it's about Daredevil. I'm sorry, but they had a Civil War nod in Daredevil. Did you see that?
No.
What?
They talked about there's a poster that says you don't have to reveal your identity to be a hero. In the police station. That was my tangent before that I left.
Totally missed that.
When he sits down at the police station, there's a poster right beside him that says that. So I think Ant-Man coming out after Daredevil is going to be interesting to see what they do with secret identities.
Yeah.
Had to mention that, sorry.
That's cool. That's a good observation.
Good mention.
So yeah, we're excited about the new Ant-Man trailer. Some real quick news. Captain Marvel found their some writers. I've got it down here.
Yeah,
2 ladies. It's Nicole Perlman, who wrote the first couple drafts of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, that makes me happy that they're bringing her back, because I know there was some...
She's great.
Yeah, she's fantastic. I know there was some issue between her and with people on the internet made issue with her and Feige. I don't know if they themselves had issue. Yeah,
I've never heard her say that.
No, some people on the internet were just like, they took away the writing and producing credits from her, and
was
that
it with Feige
rewritten.
or was it with James Gunn?
I mean, it was Gunn. I'm sorry. I meant James Gunn. But I'm excited because her original draft was really great. It just needed to be cleaned up for the fit and tone, and I think it's great. And I think she'll have a really good tackle for Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Yeah. And then there's also Meg LaFave, who wrote Inside Out, and I know she's been a producer before too. I'm not familiar with the movie, but
we
got two lady writers. That's great.
People were saying that Angelina Jolie is set to direct.
Oh yeah, that just started coming out today. Well, that came out today, but I also heard that Marvel was looking at her a couple months ago. So it seems to go hand in hand with that rumor.
I mean, Unbreakable wasn't bad. It was that Oscar bait movie.
Yeah.
She directed that Unbreakable movie about the
was it called Unbreakable?
Unbroken.
Yeah.
You know that M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, she totally directed.
I was like, wait a minute, what?
Mr. Glass. Yeah, great.
Yeah, good comic adaptation, Angelina. You were like 18. Good directing.
So they found the writers, which is I'm excited, but I don't know Meg, but I know I don't know Nicole, but like I love.
But I know what I like.
I know what I like, and I liked Guardians. So Age of Ultron, Julie Delpy role has been revealed. She is like a trainer in the Red Room. She was like one of Black Widow's trainers. It's cool. So also there was another brief glimpse of the Vision. You can barely see him in the background. This is a scene that we've all seen.
My boy.
But it's from a different angle, and now you can see that the Vision was in the background that entire time. He's in that fight.
This just kind of shows all of them hanging out together.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
But this is. Have you seen the 3 shots of this? This is literally the same shot from the first trailer. They've added in Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch and Vision. It's the exact same angle. They're just been like, we've had more time for post. Literally, you can look at the three shots side by side.
Wow.
The first time was
funny.
just Hulk, Cap, and Thor. The second time they added the twins, and then the third time they're like, Vision's here too. Obviously.
By the time the film comes out, there's going to be like a whole like.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man's gonna be.
Spider-Man's going to be hanging from a web.
We did this shot, you guys.
Hey, guys,
Austin's going to be somewhere in the background.
Eating shawarma.
I think we need a Photoshop contest in order for this
Who else is in that
image.
picture?
Ant-Man's in this picture.
Yeah, you can't see him
Daredevil's in
though.
this picture.
Doctor Strange is just like, what's up?
Hey,
What's
bros.
up? What's up?
Ambush bug is there for some reason. No one knows why.
Dick
Get out of here,
accidentally walks
DC!
in.
Get out of here!
All right, I want to challenge our Photoshop artists who watch the show.
That's good. That's
Go
good.
Who else
and
is in that
add
shot?
your who else should be in that
Towel
shot?
just said he just wasn't in our vision.
Aww,
Nicely punned.
that's
sir.
good.
And then the mystery woman in the cave is actually
Nobody.
nobody. She's nobody.
Lady in a
She's
cave.
no one.
Everyone was excited about it. There was all the mystery, like, oh my god, are you sure? No, she's no one. She's no one. So there's that.
People bathe in caves, guys.
Yeah. Well, and it's not even going to be in the.
Don't make it weird.
Yeah, and she's not going to be in the. That didn't make the cut, so you're not even going to see that scene.
Yeah, not
It's
even gonna
nothing.
see it,
Well,
so.
and even they came out, and I think it was it Feige who came out and said, we've seen everyone. It was Feige or Whedon came out and said everyone's been debating about it. We're just going to come out and say it was nothing.
Yeah. I think it was Whedon. So jumping over to Netflix, we have our first look at Luke Cage.
Yeah.
If we can we get that pulled up real quick?
So good.
And look, he looks so good.
He really does.
he really
Like,
does.
I remember seeing that like for the headline on the news. I was like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's the new. Oh my god, that is Luke Cage. That is so Luke Cage. Like when they initially announced the casting, I was like, yeah, I can see that guy as
No,
Luke Cage. But
this
now that you
is-
see him like in the jacket and the bike,
Not mess with him.
Would
You would
Luke
not mess
Cage
with
wear
that
a
guy.
helmet?
no, that's why I included this picture. He wouldn't wear a helmet except
got
if it's the
unbreakable.
law.
But he is an influence to kids in town.
And
Yeah.
That is
he
true.
would.
Yeah.
He is a good
It's true.
influence.
He's a hero for
He
hire.
is.
So he
And
will.
little ballerinas everywhere. The tiara
Is that the,
is inspiring to so many girls that men can wear them too. Sweet Christmas.
Did he ever throw his tiara?
God, I hope so.
I hope he did too.
And let's move on to the next one. I can't remember. So we've got David Tennant in his purple outfit
Pants.
as
Purple
Prancing a little bit.
I think the jacket is purple too. I
It is.
don't think
It's
we
a
can
deep,
tell
deep
here,
purple.
but
It's-
It is.
deep purple.
Yeah, deep purple.
And this is I think very telling of the fact that maybe they're already in a relationship, or maybe they're shooting towards the end of the series and like they end up in a relationship.
Do you think Night Nurse is going to be referenced as his ex because she was Claire?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think there's a
that'll be
possibility.
Yeah.
I think that'll be cool.
I think that's why she leaves Daredevil.
Oh, that's actually
Oh,
really
you
good.
think so?
That's-
It'll be current. Oh.
Yes.
That'd be a great way to tie it in. It's the next show. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
And then Rosario Dawson loses
More?
another boyfriend.
Poor Rosario.
Poor
It's just
Rosario.
interesting to
Back to
see.
Sin City for her.
We should get her a drink.
I just want to say it makes me really happy that they're introducing Luke Cage in Jessica Jones, because I think it's going to, Daredevil kind of stands on his own. He's got some history, but these other shows, for the general audience, they don't really know these characters. So I think this is a really great way to build up.
How cool is that? It's 2015. They're like, I guess we'll throw in a guy character if you need to introduce him,
Yeah.
but it's a woman show, so I guess we can toss him in. Like, that's
Exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
We're there. We
Yeah,
made it.
We made it. So let's move on to our Wizard World fan section of the show. Last week we asked you what movie, past, present, or future, does Deadpool want to be in more than anything? We've all gotten together and talked about it and chosen our top 6 choices. We will be putting these up on the website on our Facebook either tonight or tomorrow. Please go vote. The winner will get 2 free tickets to Wizard World. Anywhere in the U.S., but you have to get there. Like, we can get you through the door, but you have to get there. You have to get your own room and board and everything, but we can get you through the door. So the top 6 are Jared Guibo said Deadpool would star in the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Please come out with some powder on your nose.
Yes.
Charles Lee, I had to throw this in because it's a Mystery Science reference. The final sacrifice, so he can show his fellow Canadians Zap Rousdower how to finally kick butt on history. Rousdower. Joe Tussey said Deadpool wants to be in Smokey and the Bandit. The part of the Bandit will be played by Wade Wilson. Part of Carrie will be played by B. Arthur. Part of Cletus will be played by Bob, Agent of Hydra.
Sure.
All right.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I want to see Deadpool
Bob.
and that so
Sure.
bad. Alexis Marie said Deadpool would definitely be in Golden Girls the musical. His swords are named after B. Arthur. Come on.
Yeah.
Nick Ward said X-Men Origins Wolverine to kill that imposter. And
yeah. Let that sink in.
And Xander McCorston said Deadpool does Jurassic Park, and that's the picture that we have here.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Xander, for giving us a picture along with your
amazing.
suggestion.
Majestic.
So a couple quick honorable mentions. He'd play Han Solo and find a way to travel in time so he could shoot Jar Jar Binks the way Han shot Greedo. And that's from Philippe DJ de Genemus Ferry. Alexandra and Jason Sinacori said Deadpool would star in the movie Little Shop of Horrors so he can sing, dance, and kill everyone. And Luis Rodriguez said Army of Darkness. Can you imagine the one-liners Wade Wilson and Ash?
That's amazing. I really like that you try to put a French-Canadian spin on DJ Anonymous.
DJ Anonymous. Is it like DJ Anonymous? I'm trying to pronounce names here, folks.
Dejanimous?
Dejanimous?
Maybe he's South African. I don't,
Exactly. I'm trying.
Are you any mouse? Oh, Anonymous.
Oh, Anonymous. Also, we had a fan make this picture for us. We wanted to show that off real quick. That's Meredith on the cover of FHM.
FHMare, as it's been hashtagged.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah, it's not really on the cover of FHM, but I really do want to thank Jurg for doing that. That's cool, super sweet. And I love that your secret's revealed, Key.
I know.
Right there.
Yeah.
On the front cover.
Yeah, real magic exists.
Yeah.
So... I had no idea that Matt Cook had already won an Oscar, but he's going to win a second one. Apparently,
he's amazing.
So,
proud of him.
Now we just need to get Coy in there and Alan, and we'll have a full issue. So
more of a Maxim cover guy, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Don't do that, internet.
do it, please.
Wait, do they put guys on Maxim covers?
They do.
Yeah.
Sure.
You can find his model Mayhem and take photos from it.
Within 5 minutes, I just appeared.
I know.
Oh, no.
I mean, I'm kind of pissed off that I haven't been on one yet. Now,
Now you will. I think if we ask nicely, people will do that.
Do they not know who I am?
Dare you not Photoshop me naked somewhere?
as you like hold your cup, like, oh, here's a good photo of everybody.
I said good day.
That's our show.
It is
a full hour. We're coming in an hour and 30 seconds. So, do we have any final thoughts, Brian? You'll be at the Magic Castle tonight, as usual. Alan, do you have anything you want to throw out or pitch? Or
Just look for me and Matt on our panels at Wizard World Las Vegas, and I'll be signing at a table Saturday and Sunday, Doctor Who History, Unofficial Game of Thrones cookbook, or if you just bring someone else's book, I'll sign that.
Writing his name on stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to sign off with saying I'm worried Michelle McLaren left Wonder Woman because she's a fantastic director, and that would have been really interesting. And I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. All right.
I understand half of that.
He said Michelle McLaren's not on Wonder Woman anymore.
I couldn't mention it during our show because it's DC, but now that we're signing off.
Fair enough. Yeah, I know it's a little scary. Okay, so two very quick. I'm from Wizard. Please download our app called ConTV, which is the Netflix for nerds. It has a bunch of cool stuff on there. And also my podcast, Pass the Effing Remote, where every Thursday, we talk about television. You can find us on Facebook or on iTunes at Pass the Effing Remote.
And you can see me this weekend at San Jose at Big Wow Comic Fest. Also, check out the Cosplay Coach. We talked the Game of Thrones costumes yesterday. It was super awesome. We have Katie Elhofer from We Love Fine and Emma Fife, who's another host over at AfterBuzz.
Yeah.
So super awesome. They brought their costumes. And yeah, you can also find me on the Interbutts. I've got some really cool stuff brewing. For
never heard Interbutts?
May. You've never heard Interbutts?
I haven't either.
I am. We must be so old.
Wow, yeah.
We are old, but I look good.
Gracious. Oh, good. Coy hasn't heard of it either. He's only in his mid-20s.
You must be it's an otaku booty thing.
I get. Oh yeah, it's like AOL chat room.
Yeah.
Do we want to do a quick contest with Jack and
bring it?
All right.
You go first.
No, you go first. Guest always goes first.
Okay. Ready? I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look until we bring it up. Ready?
So stressful.
So stressful.
Okay. Ready?
All right.
I got Dark Phoenix. You're done.
Oh, I am.
What do you have? What do you have?
Power Girl.
Drops Mike.
She got DC's Power Girl. That's right. I threw in 4 or 5 DC cards in here.
Yeah, Dark Phoenix.
Always.
Would just
Always.
the sun.
Yeah.
I hated that Power Girl costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is from one of the worst card
That was
sets
when
ever.
she was in Just League Europe. Yeah. It was bad.
1993. It's terrible.
Give me the bodysuit. But look, she still has the boob window.
Yeah, no, she still has the boob window.
The window.
So,
I'm sorry I destroyed you on that so quickly.
That's fine. It's okay. I always bow down to the power of Phoenix.
So that's our show. Thanks for joining us. Special thanks to our prize sponsor, Wizard World Conventions. They've got Vegas next week, Minneapolis May 1st through 3rd, Philadelphia is a big show for them, May 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. They have Tenet, Billy Piper, Haley Atwell. Do you know anyone else who's going to be there?
Those are the announcements right now, and that's a 4-day show in Philly.
Yeah, that's a big one.
But that's over Memorial Day, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Wizard World, where pop culture comes to life. So make sure you go visit their website or head out to their conventions. Please don't forget to subscribe to our show on iTunes, Marvel Movie News. Rate us, leave us a comment, thumbs up us on YouTube, Popcorn Talk Network. Comment there and leave us questions. We try to get to them as best as we can. Find us on Facebook. Marvel News Show is what it's called. And you can find us on Twitter at Marvel News PTN. I'm Matt Key at the Matt Key.
I'm Meredith Placko at M Placko.
I'm Coy Jandreau at Coy Jandreau.
I'm at effin' remote.
Jack Conway.
I'm Jack Conway. That's my name.
He has no name.
I'm Alan Kistler at Sizzler Kistler.
And I'm Brian Markenson at B Markenson.
All right, that's our show. Thanks, everybody.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye, guys.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.